We're recording.
Okay.
Okay. So, again, folks, we apologize. I don't know why we're getting dropped. I'm just going to sit here and watch this for a second before we continue. Because that
We
is...
lost our only viewer. Congratulations.
Did I get dropped out? Somehow I got...
Yeah, Noob Shelter isn't in the chat anymore. There we go.
Oh. So, no, that's the viewers, just the three of us.
I don't care. I just typed something. Did you get it?
Yeah, we see it. Test.
Okay. Test. Okay, so maybe it didn't like the 1080p. But now I'm scared to even go on because I don't want this to drop anymore. Weird. Well.
Tried turning it off and on again.
Okay, so I guess what I'm going to end up having to do is we're going to start again. And I'm not going to do the Laverne and Shirley thing, although that was funny as fuck. But we're going to, you know what? Nah, we're just going to keep on going. Fuck it. Okay, so if you're just joining us, welcome to the Noob Shelter. I'm Matt Fugitive. We've been having technical difficulties for the last 5-10 minutes. We were trying to broadcast in 1080p. Apparently, the Hitbox or Comcast, my lovely internet provider, a.k.a. succubus of all things that suck or something, decided to crap out on us and boot us off the stream. So we're going to try to do this again. For all our YouTubers out there, I apologize that you missed this. Or that you're going to miss all the previous stuff that we did. It's just, yeah. So we were originally going to do a test broadcast tonight, or a pre-recorded broadcast. I decided last minute, let's go ahead and do live, since now XSplit, the software that we use to broadcast, can do a simultaneous live stream and save it to MP4, which is the format that I like it to save as. So far, we've been up for more than a minute, so I think we're good to go to push on forward. So with me tonight, as always, you guys know them. They are our lovely cast of co-hosts that always join us every once in a while on the Noob Shelter. Of course, the glue that holds us all together. Kennori, how's it going tonight, man?
I didn't know it was the glue that held everybody together, but
Well,
it's pretty good.
You brought us Porta.
I kind of did.
And now he's stuck, so you are kind of glue.
And he is all white tonight, like glue. So
he is Boo, not Majin Buu, but Boo Boo, not Boo Boo, but like he's a Boo, like you know.
The Boogaloo.
Like,
yeah.
No, like a ghost Boo. But no, I'm pretty good.
What's that, John? Go ahead, John.
With muscles this time.
Yes. Oh, yeah. We were talking about it. You guys probably missed it. We'll get to that, the hiatus thing in a minute. Also with us tonight is our former chat mod. He's still our chat mod, but he's going to have a more permanent placeholder on the show here. Mr. Rythone is with us tonight. Sir,
Hello.
how you doing, gentlemen, sir?
I'm good. How about
Very
yourself?
Good. I'm doing okay. Yeah, no. You guys have all heard the bourgeois. For all intents and purposes, I'm doing actually pretty well. So, So anything interesting in the crates of loot that you've been receiving over these many months?
Well, I've got a toaster target poster from the range.
A toaster target poster?
Yeah.
Wait, it's a toaster and a target poster. Oh.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It was cyber themed this last month. That was stuck. Oh, that'll work. Really, the one that I've been digging on the most though lately has been Geek Fuel.
Okay, I've never heard of them. I think I've heard of them. Care to explain for a few moments? Go ahead.
Yeah, it's just like Loot Crate. It's a little bit more expensive because they're brand new. But they guarantee a shirt and a Steam game in every single crate, which is awesome. That one have all come from Geek Fuel.
Wait, whoa. Did you say a Steam game?
Yeah.
I guys, I don't have wax in my ears. Kennori, Porta, I did hear Steam game, right? You all heard that?
Yeah, as if we needed more.
Yeah, like first month was War Machine Tactics.
What the fuck is that?
I'm guessing it's a tactical RPG.
Yeah, it's one of the It's like Warhammer. It started out as a tabletop game, and they made it into an RTS.
Nobody beats Warhammer.
They have been going back and forth forever.
Warhammer's
Let's
the
see.
shit. I'm sorry.
I think Street Fighter came in a loot crate. Funky game called Square Heroes was from Geek Fuel. This poster was from Geek Fuel, and it's awesome. It's a stormtrooper flying a regular plane.
Stormtrooper plane. Can you? You can't take that. Oh, Terminator head.
Yeah, that came in loot crate.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was Cyber.
I don't get this. I joined the loot crate. I get shit. I leave the loot crate. All good shit comes. What the hell, man? What is that? Oh my god.
This was Geek Fuel. As
Oh,
you can
wait.
see by the logo.
Oh, that's not Ninja Turtles. That's
Well,
some
it is.
generic. That was generic.
It's Geek Fuel branded ooze.
It's geek 90s mutant hero ooze. Oh, so they can't use the turtle trademark, but they okay. I get it. Anyways, bravo, Rythone, bravo. Oh, what you got?
The
One more
best-
thing.
Safeway Select Ooze.
Don't Safeway
Safeway
Select.
Select.
Okay. Let's see.
Bravo, John.
Okay. So this was from Geek Fuel,
Oh, it's breakfast.
the Break Stuff Club.
Oh,
Oh. Ha ha ha.
instead of breakfast
Ha,
club,
ha,
like
ha,
stuff,
ha,
and
ha.
they're all like Avengers stuff.
Ha 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 ha.
But this, I believe, was Geek Fuel, or actually, I think it was Loot Crate. But
Oh, the first issue of Secret Wars.
That's
Nice.
yeah,
cool.
with the certificate.
That's awesome.
Dang.
I'm not opening this one.
Don't
for
open it.
Various reasons. Well, obvious.
Uh,
And then the mouse pad that came in Loot Crate this month.
It's
Ooh.
0.
oh wow. Nice.
And it's one of the big mouse pads, which is awesome.
Oh, speaking of which, I ordered 2 custom-made Noob Shelter mouse pads for me and Kennori.
Nice.
Courtesy of what's that? What the Arts Cow?
Oh yeah.
Hold up, I need to move my thing up. I apologize, everybody. I need to turn my light on.
Oh, poo you.
I should be good until it gets dark out.
You should be good until it gets dark out.
Well, all of this light that's actually
Oh,
making
yeah.
it look good is from outside.
For you
'cause-
guys who are watching us not living in the Pacific Northwest, we have a lot of light. I blame Alaska. I don't know why. And Canada.
Yeah, Canada.
There we go. Now you guys can see me.
Hey, there we go.
Oh, yeah. Oh wow, look at that.
Oh my.
Beautiful. Beautiful, John.
Let's see.
Okay, enough showing off. You've
All right.
You've eaten up like half our airtime already with your Loot Crate Geek
Hey,
Fuel.
you asked about it.
I asked, but I was just hoping for a small synopsis.
Someone's playing Clash of Clans.
You
It wasn't me for sure.
Oh, that is so the guy who we're getting to next. He got beef when we were off the air. Mr. Muscles himself, Mr. Porta, is with us tonight. John, what is going on? And he's obviously playing Clash of Clans. Oh. So how you been, man? I haven't talked to you in a while. And what's going on? I mean,
Well,
obviously you're getting beefy, but
Right. Well, I don't know. It's one of those things where like I've been kind of off the game scene, but at the same time I've been hearing a lot of discrepancies about the Destiny stuff, like the impact on like PS4 players who bought the collector's edition game and are still
about
required
that.
to pay like full price for the expansion set, which is just obnoxious. Like the pricing is horrible. It's going to drop a lot of the player base, and that's really what I've been focused on. Is like that's kind of one of the better console-based MMOs out there, and to do
Yeah.
that to their player base is almost criminal. I'm offended by it.
Yeah, isn't the expansion like $80 or something like that?
Yeah, yeah.
I've never heard of that shit before.
Well, it's 80
Like-
bucks for everybody, even new players. So like the old players, they get punished. They're
Yep.
just like, oh well, you're not being treated differently from anyone
Wait,
else.
hold on. Hold the phone.
what?
Let's save that for another discussion.
Yeah.
Let's save that. That's really fucked.
Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah, I've been actually working on that for the next episode. The whole Destiny, because as some of you guys may not have heard from our previous season, I cannot legally say that I went to Bungie and play tested a game, and I cannot legally tell you what game that happened to be. You could probably all figure it out from the discussion we're having, but I can't legally say anything like that whatsoever. I shouldn't even be wearing this fucking shirt tonight. But yeah, I almost went and bought a PS4 specifically for Destiny. And after reading all the shit that's been going on with it, I'm actually kind of glad I did not do that. I mean, obviously up to now, I would regret my decision, but especially with all the time that I probably would have invested in the game, or would hope that I would have invested in the game, but never really would have invested in the game because my life is upside down left and right now. But yeah, you all get the point. So we're gonna cover that probably in the next episode after me and Kennori rage on about the whole amiibo shortage bullshit. By the way, Kennori, I don't know if they caught it on the second go or the third go. Why don't you go ahead and bring him back out again? You know what I'm talking about.
This guy?
That sexy little plastic motherfucker right there.
He'll be my little buddy tonight.
Jelly much, people. Yeah. Unfortunately, he's an import, not actually from GameStop here in the United States.
Don't tell them that. Jesus.
He's from Japan.
That's like saying I have a super hot wife. She's from Russia.
Ain't it true, though? Ain't it true? Didn't you try? I swear I thought you told me something about mail order Russian brides, and you were gonna...
dude.
Ooh.
No.
On the next episode of Jerry Springer. Anyways, moving on.
Jesus.
Let's go ahead and just get this dog and pony show started. So we got a lot to talk about, and we got plenty of time to talk about it unless you guys need to cut out at any point in time. So E3 2015 came and went, and I was hoping for massive geek erections, and I was solely disappointed. Maybe one or two little pop-ups, but that's about it. Nothing more than that.
Got Gamer Blue Ball.
Yeah, pretty much. Sony was a big letdown. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw, but I mean, we'll get to them in just a minute. I mean, they got one or two things that might concern us.
It took, 45 minutes for them to talk and even announce 3 separate things just in the middle of their whole conference. That's a huge amount of time to basically bullshit.
Yeah, that's all they were doing was bullshitting. I got halfway through. I didn't watch it live like most people did. The streams, unfortunately, I was down in Oregon at the time when all this was going on, and I was busy at work. But I did manage to watch the pre-records, so I have a general idea of what's been going on. And all you guys have been keeping tabs on it. So let's go and start with Microsoft, though. Seriously, what the fuck is up with the 180 that you guys just pulled within the last month? First off, let's talk about the new 1 terabyte Xbox One. Did you guys hear about that? See that at all?
No, I missed that one.
Okay, so Xbox is coming out with a brand new 1 terabyte system with an new Xbox controller. It's not really new. There is one change. They're finally adding a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack into the controller, which means you can now use any headset you want.
Wow. Took them long enough.
I didn't know. What the? I mean, seriously. Come on, that should have been done like on the 360 already. But everyone's like
their own little thing.
I want to know what happened to the world now that like all these companies are coming together and they're like trying to work together instead of making proprietary shit. I'm glad that that's happening, but why now? This should have happened at the birth of the internet back in the early 90s when the internet started becoming a booming thing. Everyone should have sat down around one table and said, we're not going to fuck each other. We're going to work with each other and come up with one thing. Same thing with game companies. Once the console wars were basically kind of over with after the death of Sega, Xbox, Sony, and Nintendo should have just gotten together and like say, hey, let's do this one thing. Well, I guess that's kind of going overboard with that. But as far as like controllers and headsets and accessories, there should be a standard.
A unified peripheral standard? Never.
And that standard should follow everyone else. Look at the cell phone companies. Motorola was the worst of them all with their like proprietary plugs and shit. Now everybody is on micro USB. Everybody's doing the micro USB dance. They're actually coming out with a reversible micro USB at some point in time. Thank you, John. What is that?
You have a Note, and then you've got the micro USB 3.0B connector.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Am I about
That's all one plug.
And if you're an iPhone user.
Am I about to unleash some hate here?
Go ahead.
This is only because, like, this device is so incredible for how small it is, and the charger. You'll see this here real quick here. Let's look at that. I have
It's an iPhone.
an ambidextrous magnetized charging port, where the device itself, regardless of which way you have it, it'll just suck into the charging port. There's no pins, no risk of damage. This is technology I think should be incorporated into Android phones, only because I loved my Android phone until it took a dirt nap on me.
Yeah.
But this charging technology is excellent. I won't have to buy another charger ever. Like
It's coming.
it's excellent. But
So
that would
what-
be the USB 3.0C connector, I believe, and it's actually a reversible same way. And
Is that what that is, John?
yeah, no, I can.
So
plug this
so
charger
what
in
are
anyway.
so what phone is that again? I thought that was an iPhone.
So yeah, it is. So it's a Game Boy. Wait, no, it's an iPhone. It's a 5S, and it's the latest phone that they built with a steel casing, which is why I got it.
Okay.
And
I
out the
thought
gate-
iPhone chargers were proprietary though. At least they still were, unless now they're.
they might be. They shouldn't. I mean,
shouldn't.
this technology is excellent.
I mean, I'm
and
not knocking Apple. I just wish they would, maybe influence share their hardware with the rest of the world and influence the industry, other than just saying, "Here's a watch," and no, you guys can't replicate this because this is ours. Build your own.
Well, they have to cut
or
out their own place. to
like
market.
here's a charger, but no, you guys can't copy it because it's ours. If they would share their charging technologies with the world, I would be happy. Because yes, we use an iPhone. I think it's an iPhone 5 for work. I don't recall. Yeah, it's an iPhone 5 for work. And the charger on that is amazing. I love the charge cable. I don't see me ever breaking that thing. So I get where you're coming from, John.
Right.
But they need to share that. This is one thing I want is sharing of little things like that. If you're gonna make a game controller that uses a headphone port, make it a headphone port. Make it a standard headphone port. I don't want to pay $50 for your proprietary bullshit. That's all I'm really saying. What's
here's
that?
what that plug looks like.
What is that? Oh,
That's the USB 3.0B connector.
Yep.
But the USB 3.1 is actually the one that's just like the Lightning connectors.
right.
And the way that you're going to set them up with your computer is with a dual SSD setup in RAID configuration to eliminate bottlenecks.
Jesus fucking.
I think.
And
I
half our audience doesn't have no clue what the hell that means.
right? The 5 gigabits per second, or gigabytes per second, sorry, transfer speed.
You're done, John. You're done. You're done. Anyway, so Xbox 1 terabyte console with a controller that now accepts 3.5 millimeter headsets. That's kind of cool. I kind of dub it the Xbox One controller V2. I don't know. But they did also talk about a couple other things that interest me, and this is where I'm kind of getting other than the headphone jack that they're also pulling a 180. They announced backwards compatibility with the 360. Are you all going to buy Xbox Ones now?
Nope.
John? Frey?
Heavy maybe.
Maybe? Porta, maybe? John Frey?
I don't know that I'll buy one. I'll play it if I was given one, but
Porta, what were you going to say, man? I want to hear.
the only reason I say heavy maybe is because everyone was on the PS4 bandwagon when the
Yeah.
two consoles were in competition, and the reason is like the Destiny community is huger. There were a lot of perks for the PSN. Um, and now that they've both been released, we have a lot of exciting titles for the Xbox One that are out now that are kind of, they're kind of coming up to pace where, like the Batman game has just been insanely good. Like, and then people who like, I would say not us four, like the FIFA games are very, very popular.
Fuck FIFA.
Right. So someone said it. I didn't say it, but it was said, and that compatibility with older titles for Xbox, plus the standardized headphone jack, is going to promote a lot of nostalgic gameplay from previous Xbox titles.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. I still am a fan. I deeply respect what Xbox has done for the gaming community when it comes to like Halo
Yeah.
and some other titles that are just awesome. I mean, like the Fable titles were
Mm-hmm.
amazing, and
They were. I played one. I'm still. I own 2 and 3. I just haven't played them yet.
yeah.
But yeah.
So this could be a viable comeback for them, and I think they know that. So.
Mm-hmm. And I agree. I mean, I think this is. I'm pissed that this is something they should have done when they first announced the Xbox One, though. Okay, they should have just not had that British piece of shit on stage, kicked his ass out. Satya Nadella, since he's took over Microsoft, this company has gone up, 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 up. I mean, look at Windows 10 coming out. We'll get to that in just a bit as well, too. But oh my God, I mean, the 180 that they just need to get rid of of Office 365 and we'll be good. That's the only thing that I really can't stand right now. But and as for myself, yeah, I'm kind of thinking about getting an Xbox One. Not more so for there is nostalgia. I mean, because there's one game out there that I wanted to play more than anything that I never really got to play. I could potentially go out and buy it and play it tomorrow because I do own a 360. But I'm trying to figure out an excuse to buy an Xbox One. It's not gonna work. I'm not even gonna bother with that shit. Anyways, I'm not even gonna go there. But yeah, no. So I don't know of any games on the 360 that I would really want to play on the Xbox One, especially since I own both consoles. I kind of get that's where Microsoft was originally going. You already own a 360 and you're buying an Xbox One, but I guess it's more so. Well, we want to sell our 360 so we can buy an Xbox One but still be able to play our 360 games.
Well,
Maybe.
they're realizing the value of backwards compatibility because the PSN and the PS4 and the PS3 even, have reached way back into their repertoire and have realized the nostalgic value of backwards compatibility.
But that's downloadable content for the most part because if you don't, I don't know if you guys recall, about a year after the PS3 was released, they released other model PS3s which removed the PS2 backwards compatibility, which is kind of sad. I know somebody that has a PS3 that has PS2 backwards compatibility. They just need to get their PS3 back. So I could take it over and fix it for them so I can play PS2 games on my PS3, even though I have a PS2 here, but I need to repair that one as well, too. But no, I get what you're saying, John. I really do. I'm still trying to think of what game I would play where I could get that. A reason why I can get an Xbox One. Sorry, somebody. I am me. Anyways, moving on. But the other thing about the Xbox One's backwards compatibility, I don't know if you heard. I'm still trying to research this, guys. If you're out there watching, please let me know. I want to know what's happening here with this. If you guys might know, they said that like if you own the discs, you can download the game and play it for free. Like it installs on your Xbox One.
That would be awesome.
That's what I heard. I don't know if that's what they meant.
Probably not.
I don't know.
I don't know. I have to look into it more. I'll research it and get back to you guys on the next episode. Other two big announcements that came out of the Microsoft camp, of course, Halo 5, Lust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of those.
But going back on what you guys were saying about the Halo franchise being great, it was good up until 3. Beyond that, I didn't care.
Because 3 and I think ODST was where it was supposed to end.
3 jumped the shark.
Was John?
I don't know. I just
Porta,
thought-
do you have like any insight on this?
yeah.
No, I
please.
don't. I've never owned the title. When I was in high school, I had numerous friends who had money, who had parents who would let them have internet access to, those games where I was just not at my place. When it comes to the Halo knowledge, I know that, Halo 2 was excellent. Halo 3 Online was kind of unrivaled. I would say
Yeah.
the close second would be like Counter-Strike, Scout's nice, but that's just because I had some diehard friends in the PC world. Because I kind of got exposed to some of the very popular stuff early on, but no, anything past 4 or ODST, I know that the storyline was strong from some friends in college.
Yeah.
That's about it.
John, did you ever have a favorite Halo moment that you can think of? Give me
Of
one.
course.
Give me one of your favorite Halo moments.
Oh god, it was Halo 3 Online. Probably, what is it called? It was the where you only had the pistol and the battle rifle. It was, what was it called? Where you had no shield. Basically, long story short, running through with the BR, just getting, if you could aim at someone's neck, it would be like a triple shot, and it would be 1 to the neck and 2 to the face, and they would die. And it was just a knee-jerk reaction game where you just, if you could aim for their neck, you got it. And I won that game, and that was the funnest.
Awesome.
I did that a bunch with the Halo 3. It was like online play was so fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm in John's boat with this. I really enjoyed Halo 3, the online gameplay with it. I actually played ranked a lot. I was doing
Yeah.
pretty well, and then I had to stop because
Kennori, I think I got one that we can share, but I'll get to that in a minute. Rythone, you ever played Halo? Do you have a favorite Halo moment?
I remember playing the first Halo. I haven't had a current gen console, and I don't consider the Wii to be one, so I haven't had a chance to play most of them. But I remember sniping with the pistol in the first Halo.
So my favorite all-time Halo moment, and Kennori, I know you can agree with this with me, was that one night when I lived up and to the left of you and our mom. I had a bunch of people over. We had 4 TVs. I had went out to, I think it was CompUSA, and bought a hub. And we hooked up 4 TVs and 4 Xboxes, and we played Halo 2 until the sun came up. We had gotten a big, large... Porta, you know of Pizza Pipeline, of course.
Yes.
Okay, you know those big, gigantic fucking pizzas that
the
they make?
$60 pizzas.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
the big ones. We got 2 of those sons of bitches and like a 12-pack of Coors Light. And it was me, Kennori, and a bunch of other guys with 4 TVs, 4 Xboxes, all connected, playing Halo 2 from, I think, like 2 o'clock in the afternoon till like at least 4 o'clock in the morning.
Quick
That
disclaimer here.
is
Quick
my...
disclaimer.
He did not drink.
Thank you. So I was like,
Kennori did not
13?
drink. He was in his teens, early teens. He did not drink. But me, it was me and Greg and this girl Heather and this guy Shane and a bunch of other guys that used to work with
I
us.
remember them.
We were working at West at the time for the Wells Fargo project before it got kicked out. But all of us were all big Halo geeks back then, so we all got together at my place and had like this big, huge LAN, and it was awesome, and that was the most fun I've ever had. It was probably one of the best LAN parties I've ever been to. And I've been to quite a few in my time, but this was one of the best because it was organized and everyone just had fun and we played.
They didn't even sound organized. It sounded like it was just like spur of the moment, but it was still.
It was organized. I had it planned for at least a couple days in advance,
okay.
and
I don't know.
you were the X factor, Kennori, because I was wondering. I think Jesse was with you at that time too, or if not Jesse, somebody else, because somebody brought their TV.
Oh, my friend Robert.
Robert, thank you. That's who it was. Yes, I remember now, Robert. But yeah, that is my Halo moment before. Well, you could still play online, but like it was awesome. So, anyways, the other thing that Microsoft brought up, and Rythone, you might have a little insight on this. I don't know if you can say anything or not. The HoloLens.
Yeah, that thing looks awesome.
Did you guys see this thing? If my friends out there, if you have not seen it, Google Microsoft HoloLens, watch the videos. This thing is like amazing. Pretty much you put it on and it's kind of like it's like a, help me out with the terminology here, guys. The overlay, it's like a virtual overlay. You can have like Minecraft on like a coffee table and play Minecraft on your coffee table virtually.
Reality.
Augmented reality. Similar to what, I don't know if you guys own a 3DS. Nintendo, when you buy a 3DS, gives you these cards. They're called AR cards. This is kind of what they look like. I got a new 3DS not too long ago. And they have this thing called AR games. And when you boot it up and you place these cards on the table, it kind of brings up an augmented reality type simulator game that you can play. The HoloLens takes that to like the nth degree, and it's similar to the Oculus that you put on your head, and it's really cool from what I've seen in the videos. So that's one of the things I was kind of curious about with Microsoft. So that'll. So did you have anything else on that, Rythone?
Yeah, as opposed to the Oculus and all that, though, it's a lot more like Google Glass, where you can still see through. So it's more Minority Report or one of those kind of things where you can interact and see the different things. And they also announced that, and I'm sure we can touch on Windows 10 later, but
yeah,
it has full HoloLens integration, so you can use your computer and look like a crazy person waving through the air and talking to your face.
I want one of those. I want all VR helmets, personally. So, anybody else had anything on Microsoft that I might have missed that was big news that anybody would care about?
Nope. Microsoft didn't. Because keep going.
Other than the 180 that they pulled, I mean, I think that was that with the backwards compatibility and the whole 3.5 millimeter, that kind of won me with the backwards compatibility. Thank you, Satya Nadella, for taking over Microsoft and firing all those dumbasses. So moving on to Nintendo, I was expecting a lot from Nintendo. I got a little bit. I got one thing I didn't expect, and a bunch of things that I expected did not come to fruition. And I'll get to that in a minute. The one I did not expect that I'm all hyped about is a new Star Fox game is coming out.
Yeah.
I am really excited about this because I am a big fan of the Star Fox franchise. I didn't mind Assault that much. I couldn't finish it, and I got to finish Assault. But anyways, so the puppets came out and made the introduction. That was kind of stupid.
That was funny as hell.
That was
They're showing their Japan.
Japan doesn't do puppets; they do anime.
No, but they do crazy stuff for marketing, just like that. And Nintendo's Japanese was showing in that particular start to their, whatever you want to call it.
Come
No.
Miyamoto coming out of a Mario pipe. Come on, that was
It's
great.
awesome.
That was kind of cool.
Amazing.
I mean, if it was real Japanese advertising, they would have had like flying pandas with tentacles coming out of their whoozits, like grabbing all the little teenage girls and having their ways.
Jesus, man. God.
It all comes back to the tentacle rape.
Now all of our viewers know what Matt watches in his free time.
Oh,
That's
God,
not.
It comes full circle.
I'm just making fun of all the little anime lovers out there and their obsessions with waifus and hentai and tentacles.
You shut your fucking mouth.
I love you, Porta. But anyway, so new Star Fox title was announced. It's going to actually utilize the Wii U game tablet. I'm kind of excited about that. You can kind of use it as a viewfinder and like, oh, hey, bow, 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 bow. I know their excuse to get you off the couch. A lot of the Wii U titles and 3DS titles that I've been playing that utilize the whole moving around, I've actually had to get off the couch and move around. It's like, oh my God, I got to get off my ass. Come on. They announced a new Animal Crossing. Woohoo!
Isn't that like the Happy Home Decorator, which is kind of cool, and then like The Animal Crossing Amiibo party thing.
That I think you know what, I kind of got confused. It was the Animal Crossing Amiibo party thing that I was trying to.
Okay, whatever.
There we go. There's the horn for that one. But yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, so new Animal Crossing, Happy Homemaker looks okay. The Rythone, you were saying you were reading online somewhere that people were pissed off about the Mario Party clone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
That's
No gang symbols.
That was pointing both directions, but I'm up, so I should be pointing like. Fix it in post production.
Yeah, probably. The other thing is a new 3DS title. You guys have heard Four Swords, right? The Four Swords Adventures. This kind of looks like Four Swords Adventures, except it's 3 links.
yeah. The thing about that though is with Four Swords Adventures, you can have any number of people.
Oh,
from
really?
2 to 4. But with this, you can only have 1 or 3, not 2.
Oh, really? I did not. That part I did not catch.
What?
Yeah, it's dumb.
So
What is
you
it,
either
Zelda Prime.
play by yourself or play with 2 other friends.
If
Woohoo!
you have one friend, fuck you.
You ain't
You
playing.
need to have more friends than 1. Go make more friends.
Did you guys see this this Metroid 3DS title that came up? That thing
No.
was what the fuck
Okay,
was
so
that?
I will say this. I forgot who it was. I think it was Wada, but he said that someone from Nintendo's marketing team said that they have listened to the fans and that they shouldn't say. He didn't say shit, but they shouldn't say shit until they tried the game.
It
But
looks
at the same time, it's
ugly.
not a Metroid Prime game. It's not a Metroid Prime game.
It
It's not the classical Metroid game.
it looks really
Spin-off.
ugly.
It's a spin-off. Like, come on.
I
It
don't
might
know.
be a good game in its own right. We shouldn't diss it until we get to play it.
I guess
But-
we'll see.
Marketing people get
If
us
they
to
come
talk.
out with a demo, I'll try it and give a review.
But,
Um,
but when it comes to actual Metroid games, though, they let us down.
Right, yeah. I mean, I think the one thing though that we can all agree on is this kind of won E3 because everybody was like, you know, all hyped and happy about this was the Mario Maker game.
Oh yeah.
That looks amazing. So from what I heard at E3, they actually built an engine that makes Mario games at Nintendo headquarters. Took that engine and made it into a game for us. So we're actually going to be using the tool that they use to make Mario games. That's kind of cool.
What I'm really hoping you can do with this is you can, because you there's like 4 different layouts you can have with Mario Maker. You can have this classic Super Mario Brothers. You can have Mario Brothers 3.
Yeah.
You can have Super Mario World, and then you can have the new Super Mario Brothers. What I'm really hoping is that you can make your own like worlds and stuff from like Mario 3 World and New Super Mario Brothers.
I know you can make your own levels. I haven't
Yeah,
heard
so
about.
That's the point.
Yeah.
Of the game. Like I would hope you can. Make
Well,
your own
I know,
levels.
but like and share them. But I don't know about like whole worlds and like whole games. That would be kind of cool.
That would be really cool. Like
So-
I'm not expecting it, but cross my fingers.
So I know we've seen in the demonstrations, Super Mario Brothers, New Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers 3, and I think Super Mario World was in there.
Yeah, there's those 4. There's the Super Mario Brothers 3.
I
World.
know it wasn't an actual true to heart Mario game. It was just a cover up for us stupid Americans, or as they thought we were when we were back in the 80s. What about Mario 2? Because I would
Doki Doki
love-
Madness, Doki Doki Panic. Excuse me.
Yeah, I would love to have another rematch with like Mario in a raccoon suit versus Big Boss Wart.
Okay, so
Before you go, Kennori, let me rant real quick. Okay, Nintendo, I don't know if you watch the show. You probably don't and probably don't give a shit. But, okay, you gave us, the American audience, Super Mario Brothers 2. We were stupid back in the 80s thinking that this was an actual sequel to Super Mario Brothers, not realizing that you thought the original Super Mario Brothers 2 was too hard for us to play. Okay? So now you fucking owe us another game where Wart comes back. You've brought back the fucking Shy Guys. You brought back the little black ninja star motherfuckers. Hell, you even brought Birdo back in a couple of fucking racing games and like tennis games. Give me fucking Wart. I want to fight that fat frog son of a bitch again, and I want to fight him with a fucking fireball or a Karibo shoe or a raccoon tail. The green shoe from Super Mario Brothers 3.
Oh, I heard Karibo. I was like, Yu-Gi-Oh? What the fuck?
Anyways, rant over. Go ahead, Kennori. Give me my fucking Wart, you motherfucker.
I don't know where to go. Segue from that. Yeah.
I will remind you guys to read our bios, and you will understand that I am the old grumpy gamer, and
As you can tell from his head.
Yeah, I'm the. Fuck you. I'm working on it, man. I ain't got money to have my ass
gotta
shaved
get
and
that
put in my head.
You gotta get that Rogaine.
Fuck you and your Rogaine.
I love you, bro.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Hey, as a friend to a friend, fuck yourself.
Yeah, thank you.
The bald struggle's real. And
Yes.
they are curing it
I don't
on
know.
rats with scar tissue. Fuck yourself, Andrew.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
Andrew.
can you go fuck
Yeah,
yourself?
Kennori. Yeah, don't be
Yeah.
making fun of the baldies.
Yeah, you have a beautiful head of hair.
Hey,
You
hey,
could be
jealous.
fat.
Hey,
but you
Porta.
could fix that. and
Porta.
then-
You're so jealous.
Porta, I will go back to an
Aw.
old adage, and I'm sure you can agree. God is good, God is fair. To some he gave brains, to others hair.
Dude, no,
yeah.
I have Italian in me, man. I'm gonna be a hairy beast until I die.
Yeah.
No. So hold on a second here. I'm Italian, and I got screwed. So
You
where's
got
that
your
leave me?
mom's genes. Like Matt got my mom's side.
It's okay.
I got my dad's side.
Porta, I got this. I'm gonna end this right now. I got this.
Everything is awesome.
You shut that off.
Everything is cool when you're part of a team.
No.
Take one for the team, Porta.
Oh my god. I hate that fucking song.
Take one for the team. Anyways,
Oh.
I'm going to segue into the Nintendo World Championships. No, I did not go to Best Buy like I wanted to like compete because I don't have the NES Remix games, so I don't know exactly how the mechanics of that work. I've seen the promos, I have a general idea, but so had I have actually gone and bought the NES Remix games like I wanted to, I would have have competed and have been at E3 kicking everybody's ass because I'm that fucking good. And yeah, I am. You're talking to the Blockbuster World Video Game Championships 2 store champion in Middletown, New York, back in the day. And I even have my champion's card to prove my credentials.
What did that card get you? It was just
Free
black?
video game rentals for an entire year. 2 a month. Which is why we never bought Earthbound, because I used that card on renting Earthbound nonstop.
I remember. I was your lemonade mule. You would send me like the corner market to get you like drinks and shit.
Yup.
and that shit.
Yep, and we played that shit. So, anyways, I don't know any more details about that. I'm gonna have that covered in the next episode, though, because I should have found out, like, who won? I don't know who won. I don't know if anybody won. Maybe it was. Maybe it
Somebody
was a
did
lie.
win.
Maybe it was a
I
lie.
think- why wouldn't they have a tournament and have nobody win?
Because it's Nintendo, and they've already pulled our heartstrings with the fucking amiibos. I want to show you guys something real quick. This has become Matt's rant hour, I know.
Oh
You see this son of a bitch right here? This is Shulk. I should have had this guy in January, but no. I had to order him and wait until, like, last month to get him. Fuck you, GameStop. Fuck you, Nintendo.
Are you jelly, Matt?
I want to slit your throat and drink your blood.
Jelly?
Moving on.
Oh, this will hurt.
So Sony, we got nothing.
Oh, they had something, and personally I'm disappointed, but it was a perfect time.
So for all you Final Fantasy fans out there, you guys will be happy to hear that they are making a remake of Final Fantasy VII in high definition.
Oh yeah.
Not
yeah.
just
Ooh,
removing the
yeah.
and fixing the anti-aliasing this time though. They're actually rendering it properly.
So there's not gonna be a giant box hands.
No, it's no more of the polygons, at least from what they told us. But
They're rebuilding the entire game.
yeah, they're supposed to be
Real
re-rendering
talk.
the whole thing.
They're re-implementing physics for Tifa's titties. That's real. That's happening.
Ladies and gentlemen, the video game that spawned the generation you see before you, to my right or left, is being re-released. The game that I loathe more, that turned video games into a fucking fad instead of a quiet geek in a corner type deal, is being re-released.
Okay.
So what do
I
I mean?
don't think it was Final Fantasy VII that turned games into a fad. That was. I'm gonna no goddamn little COD fanboys watching, so I'm gonna live through this. But it was Call of Duty, man.
If
Call of Duty
this-
and fucking Farmville and Candy Crush Saga. Fuck those games.
So Candy Crush Saga?
Yeah. Those three games are the
What the
biggest,
fuck did Candy Crush Saga have to do with turning gaming into fad?
because everybody plays fucking Candy Crush Saga except for like me.
I thought you were referencing Final Fantasy VII, and in which case I would say, no. You know, the game itself was incredible and it
Okay.
attracted
No.
multiple
Okay.
audiences.
Recanting my
Okay.
previous statement, Final Fantasy VII turned Final Fantasy into a fad.
Yes, I will say that.
For a good reason.
I mean, okay,
Anyway.
it was
Sorry.
for the time it was. Yeah, it was a good game. But I'm not going to like go out and buy crap tons of like anime and watch Yu-Gi-Oh till my eyeballs bleed because of it, which is,
Well,
and I'm not generalizing at all. I'm not like trying to, well, maybe I am. I guess I'm a racist against those that like Final Fantasy.
Okay, so before
For lack of a better
before
term.
you get to continue, Matt.
I'm done.
Before
I'm
you
done.
get to continue,
I'm done.
let's see. What did you buy me for Christmas one year when I was 12?
Final Fantasy 7.
What number? Yeah, it was that. It was a 7. So whose fucking fault is it? I
Mine.
think it's yours.
I'm not.
But
I
no.
wouldn't invalidate the statements made, but I would say that when it comes to like nostalgia and the value of the game, when it comes to the Final Fantasy franchise, when you think about what they've done, they have taken RPG titles and just swept the board of what is okay. They've revamped leveling systems, items, abilities, like all these things, all this candy that RPG nerds love, and they have never been scared to try something new, even if it sucks.
That's
to,
true.
You know, provide a great game. Final Fantasy VII was one of their brainchilds, like, or just things that they put out something. The materia leveling system was excellent. It really was.
It was.
And to revamp that or to reboot it in 2015 is going to be fucking
Okay,
incredible.
so going off of
Go ahead.
can
Go
I
ahead.
speak?
Go ahead,
Can I
Kennori.
speak, please?
Go ahead,
Can I
Kennori.
speak?
Yes.
Going off of what John said,
Oh my.
I don't have an issue with Final Fantasy VII. I haven't. I need to rephrase that. From an intellectual and business standpoint, this was an amazing move by Squeenix. Like, it was the perfect time. Like,
Did you
gaming
just
is-
call them fucking Squeenix?
Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
Square Enix. They're Squeenix. Fucking so we're going into a new era of video games right now. Where like if the SNES era was like the golden era, we're in like the future now of video games. Like we talked about earlier, we have the HoloLens coming out, we have the Oculus Rift coming out. We're getting really close to full dive. The only thing is that we need to mess with our brains a little bit to figure that out. But no, we're transitioning into a new era right now, So, bringing back one of the series' most iconic games, and it really was. It's a brilliant move. But I don't like saying true Final Fantasy fan because that just sounds so pompous and like just makes me sound like an
That
asshole.
love, man. That love.
I really enjoy. I loved the series up until after 10. You turn that fucking Barry Wait off right now. Right now. 'Cause I'm getting really serious.
I was getting serious. I was just trying to give you some serious music to go with it.
That's not serious music.
All right, how about
That's
this? How about this?
That's what I'm talking about.
Very serious.
But no, man, like Final Fantasy VII, it's a lot of people who haven't played other Final Fantasy games will say it's the best Final Fantasy. It's a
One-
far cry, man.
One thing that I'll add, because this is kind of my experience, because everybody, anyone you talk to will have a different experience about Final Fantasy games, because they are all so unique, is that I kind of busted my Final Fantasy cherry on Final Fantasy X, and I loved that game. Absolutely. I completed that game. I did everything that you could do in that game, and I went back to 7 and appreciated the value of the unique leveling system in that game, but I couldn't like take it as well as I could the 10 system with the sphere grid, only because it was the first Final Fantasy game I was exposed to. It's kind of one of those things where you love what you love because it was your first exposure. But I'm very excited about
Yeah.
the Final Fantasy VII reboot, because if they take the materia concept and they expand upon it, I'm absolutely going to be drawn to that. And I think a lot of players are going to agree with me on that.
No, definitely. Like when I don't get me wrong, I'm I'm going to be saving up to get a PS4, and you can bet your goddamn dick that I am going to buy that Final Fantasy VII remastered. Like I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna play it because I did enjoy Final Fantasy VII.
Sorry, you had me at bet your goddamn dick. That's why I was playing. I was like, yeah,
But
you
no,
bet
man,
your
like,
dick. I wouldn't
From-
bet my
from a-
dick.
from a fan standpoint,
Gotcha. I'm sorry. All serious and all
I-
joking aside.
I really would have rather have seen Final Fantasy IX or Final Fantasy VI done in that kind of engine. Like, have you
It's
guys?
more revenue. It's bound
Nope,
to happen.
that's why I said it. From an intellectual and a business standpoint, it's genius. Like it's the most popular Final Fantasy game, regardless of how I feel, regardless of how any of us feel. That is an undeniable fact that Final Fantasy VII is the most popular one.
It is. It is.
And unfortunately,
And no matter how much
strange.
I rant and rave and hate everybody and everyone in the entire planet and want to do the nuclear option right now, I can't turn that back. And I just got to live with it. But I'll never play the fucking game. But that's just me.
no, you just watched me play it. So.
No.
Yeah, you did. You watched me kill fucking.
I did. I watched little bits.
You
And
watched me. You
it
watched
even
me learn
it even
stuff.
absorbed Greg, of all people, our friend Greg, who you guys remember him as Master Wii UPU in the chat rooms. He got absorbed into Final Fantasy VII and played the shit out of that game. You know, when I was living with him, I was like, "Really, dude? Come on, you're not even a gamer." I mean, the only console I've ever seen hidden underneath his bed, and I'm jealous about this, is a Sega Master System. The original Sega, the first one that they tried to put out with Nintendo and the NES, and then nobody ever heard of it. So, anyways,
I've heard about the Sega Master System.
but moving on from the whole Final Fantasy VII fan service here, circle jerk, World of Final Fantasy, guys. Anything? What the fuck is that? It's chibi. What the fuck?
It looks like one of those spin-offs I would rather stay away from.
I don't know. I mean, it's like
Mario Party worked. Let's do it with Final Fantasy.
it's like they're trying to encompass. I don't know if they're trying to be World of Warcraft or they're trying to be Fire Emblem type, but it seems like they're trying to encompass everything about Final Fantasy into this one game. Like all the different characters from I mean, you got Cloud there, the what is it? The Black Mage.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, everybody is like in that game from what I've seen in the previews, but yet they never told us what the fuck it is. Is it like everything? Is it a street fighting RTS
I'm staying away from it until I get more.
first person shooter party game?
2 different worlds apparently, one for the chibis and one for the regular characters.
Oh, you're looking it up?
Yeah, I'm
Drop
looking
it
over
like
some
it's
of the
hot in the
stuff. Oh
chat,
yeah,
yo.
where's that link? Hang on.
Drop it
No,
like
that
it's hot
one
in
that
the
I
chat.
just clicked
Even though
on.
nobody's in the chat, drop it like it's hot in the chat anyways.
Jesus.
You know
Hey,
what? That's a funky looking
At
link.
least
Link.
we're here. That's all that matters. I
Yeah.
don't care if nobody's watching us. At least we're here. And we'll be up on
Hey.
YouTube tomorrow morning.
Exactly.
Power to the
YouTubers.
people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
YouTube people are watching us.
Damn shit.
That would be me and Rythone.
Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. 'Cause I'm happy. Clap along.
Turn that shit off, Drew. Come on.
Drew?
Drew.
What the Grew?
Grew.
Grew?
That was like the opening song to Despicable Me 2.
I never seen the second one.
Okay, whatever. Fine. But yeah,
Anyways. Oh, you motherfucker. You got my DDD.
no, I got my DDD.
You don't even collect Amiibo anymore. You should donate them all to me.
Oh, fuck you.
Keep your Fire Emblem ones and give me all Amiibo. Anyways, moving on. as Kennori continues to taunt me with his Amiibo collection. John, Porta, you missed it. World of Final Fantasy. Any thoughts on that? Any idea what the fuck that is? We kind of threw some guests.
Well, I have like no information on it. One of the things I can say as a consumer is that I will be 100% involved in that. I am a huge fan of the PlayStation. I'm a huge fan of the Final Fantasy franchise. Even when it comes to like Final Fantasy 14, I wouldn't pay for it, but I do support it when it comes to their ideas.
Cool. Okay.
Like leveling professions as an actual characteristic of your character, and having one character to, expand upon all of those.
Right.
Just with the right gear. But
Cool. Okay.
when it comes to any of that stuff, I support it 100% because I'll probably be involved in it.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you. So moving on, the other thing that people kind of got all hot and heavy about was Uncharted 4. I think this is going to be the last one, from what I heard. I'm not exactly sure. But if you guys don't know, Uncharted is a series of adventure games that PlayStation put out originally with the PlayStation 3. I have the first one, which I still haven't finished. I'm like halfway through it. Got it free with my PS3. The series seems pretty solid, at least for it to be going on this far. I mean, it's one of those games you got to kind of invest some time and get into the story. So just figured I'd throw that out there for you guys. So, just so you know. Now, moving on to other things that we care about. Kingdom Hearts 3. Rythone, why did you
It's been a
put
long
this up?
time coming.
Why did you put this up? I mean,
Because I've been waiting for a long time for this game. I want to finish the series and call it good, even though it's going to go forever.
Porta, you're a fan of the Final Fantasy series. Obviously, this kind of ties in with it a little bit, as far as like who made it and the direction it kind of goes. Any thoughts on it?
I support it 100%.
Of course.
I'm going to be probably grabbing it. It's just the guys that work on these teams are so ingrained in the lore and in the game itself that like they can't put out a game that isn't just completely captivating when it comes to the storyline,
Yeah.
stat building, and, just all the fun. It's just going to be a great RPG that is going to tickle the funny bones of anybody who buys it, who supports it.
So do you guys think Kingdom Hearts 3, since obviously for those of you who don't know, unfortunately I know because I've heard nothing more. I've heard nothing. All I've ever heard was about Kingdom Hearts back when I went to college. It is like Final Fantasy meets Disney World, and it's just like that because there's a lot of Disney characters involved. Yep. So considering this game, I think is still in pre-production, right? Or are we in post production? Do you guys know?
It's in production at least.
In production.
It's one of the first times they've confirmed that in years.
Considering the new IPs that that Disney has acquired since the last Kingdom Hearts game, do you think we're going to see Star Wars characters and Marvel characters in the new Kingdom Hearts 3?
Probably. At least as cameos or the extra little characters, kind of like you had, like the trophies in Smash Brothers, how you've got bonus characters.
Right.
I could see them doing that with some of them because you had different summons in the first couple games that brought in like characters that weren't controllable for a while, but you had them to come back you up, special little animations and videos to go with it for the different attacks.
Right. Okay. Kennori, are you still there? Check your mic.
My mic was muted because I stepped away. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I didn't know if you heard about that. Porter, what do you think? You on board with that? You think it's going to happen?
I don't know that it would happen, but I would be extremely supportive if it did, only because it just ingrains so much more of the gaming culture
Yeah.
that we want. We
I mean,
yearn
if
for it to watch. Like, I don't know if you met Skylar or Sky Parsons. This guy is a guy who knows every Nintendo everything, every character, every mook, the name of everything, period. Just getting overwhelmed with the Smash Bros kind of thing, where
Oh, we'll talk
it's
about
like,
that in a minute too.
yeah, we'll hope that those extra bits get incorporated because they're going to be appreciated. I guarantee that.
So, Kennori, what about you? Obviously, you are. Do you think we're going to see Vader versus Goofy?
So, the way they do this, I don't think we're gonna see any Marvel characters. If we do, sweet. If we don't, I told you so. But I just don't think we're gonna see Marvel characters. Now, Star Wars, I highly doubt, unfortunately. But they could be done. Like, you can really cartoonize. Well, you can cartoonize the Marvel universe as well. They're comics. They're fucking cartoons already.
Yeah.
But like,
Well,
I don't know. It's just the Marvel universe doesn't have the kind of. It doesn't have the same atmosphere as like the cartoony Clone Wars series had.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I could see them both doing it, but if I had to choose one or the other, like which has more of a better chance, it would probably be Star Wars.
Okay.
And like, that's all I really have to say about that.
And as far as my opinion, I really don't care. Moving on. Next on the list, Lego Dimensions.
Yes.
I've heard things. I know it's on pre-release on Steam. Thoughts? Rythone, since you're the Minecraft guy, we'll let you go first. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's actually one of the biggest things about it that I like is it's a whole open world sandbox, but just I haven't had a chance to play it yet, but the quality of the graphics and everything just looks polished. It looks like you're in a Lego world. It has prefabs, you can fly around. There really isn't a multiplayer or anything yet, but it looks awesome. And the other cool thing that it has going for it is Lego has that entire huge catalog of all the properties and the licenses that they have, everything from Star Wars to Marvel to Doctor Who, all of
that's
which
what I
they've
thought.
said all of which they said will show up in the games.
Okay. Porter, what about you? You were like seemed kind of like all bonerific about it when I brought it up.
So when it comes to the Lego games, they have been ever since like 2005. They've always been really excellent games. And,
Surprisingly, yes. I played the Lego Star Wars myself, and I'm impressed by it. But
I would always recommend those games to anyone, just because like whatever money you spend on it will be greatly and smartly spent when it comes to games. So
do you guys think Lego Dimensions is going to be the Minecraft killer?
no.
Just a thought. Just throwing it out there. We'll see what happens.
No.
The
That
other.
would-
Oh, go ahead, Rythone.
That would kill the unofficial official Force Side mod pack if it did.
You should post up information on that. I don't know if it's not open to the public yet, is it?
It's a complete build. I just need to get the okay and finish some of my own documentation, and I can make it a public pack that everyone can download.
That might be
and
cool.
Then I'm working on a whitelist process so that we can actually have like a whitelist and people can join, and it'll be pretty cool.
We'll get more information on that for you Minecraft lovers out there shortly. Once he makes it live and open to the public, we'll post something on the Noob Shelter's website, noobshelter.com or facebook.com/noobshelter. Moving on, Arkham Knight. I've played a little bit of the first of the Arkham series. I will admit I do own all the games other than Arkham Knight, so I'm kind of hyped, but I have to play through the first couple games to get there. What are we looking at? Rython, you brought this one up. What are we looking at in the new Arkham Knights game?
Well, for one, you can drive the Batmobile as a drivable vehicle, bulletproof, and you can basically summon it to you kind of like most of your other vehicles from other games. But they've promised that we can play as every character.
What do you mean every character, even the bad guys?
Yeah, Scarecrow, Penguin, Two-Face, Harley Quinn. They've announced the Riddler's in there, Poison Ivy, and Joker, who is being voiced by Mark Hamill.
Awesome! I love Mark Hamill's Joker.
Yep.
That's cool though. I'm really that one's looking good. Another one that's up on our list. Oh god, this fucking game, Dark Souls. Fuck that game up its dirty asshole. I played the first one and I couldn't even make it past the first boss, even with help. Fuck its dirty asshole. I'm not even gonna go there. You all know what Dark Souls is. It's the super ghouls and ghosts of our generation, of this next generation. So
it's Nintendo hard.
it's Super Nintendo hard, not like Super Nintendo hard. It's like Super Nintendo hard. It's like Contra hard times 10.
There we go.
And if you never played Contra, you kids have homework tonight. You need to play Contra and Ghosts and Goblins, and then when you're done with that, you need to play Super Ghouls and Ghosts, and then report back to me. Okay. This one I think we can all agree on. Fallout 4.
Yes.
Fallout 4. Is it? Did they mention it? I've heard people saying it's in Boston. Did they officially say it was in Boston?
I think.
They haven't officially said that it's in Boston, but a lot of the landscapes and whatnot you see, like the Golden Dome.
Yeah, the Capitol building. Yeah,
the Capitol building. There was what looks to be a ruined and then reinforced Fenway Park that could possibly be a Brotherhood outpost.
Now, the one concern that I've read online, it's both a positive and a negative, kind of like the whole Animal Crossing Mario Party game, is and I don't know, I haven't played through New Vegas yet, or the main character, the character that you play, actually has a voice now.
Yeah, that's going completely the opposite way from everything Bethesda has done with games like this, where you are the character, you create it, it's you choosing what dialogue it is, and you're talking through the character. They've announced, I've actually been watching this, one of the things they've said is there will be both a male and female characters, and they're trying to do full voiceover for all of them.
Okay.
And they're trying to step up the facial graphics engine so that you don't have the howdy. Blank stare that you just are looking through your soul from every other Fallout game we've had.
Hello. Would you like to give me some buttercups? Oh, talking about Fallout 4, quick note. I don't have the news story in front of me, but off the top of my head, somebody convinced Bethesda to allow them to pay for pre-order Fallout 4 in bottle caps.
2,600
Yes.
bottle caps.
2,600?
Yeah.
2,600, yeah.
So how much?
That they convinced it. It was he sent them in for his pre-order, and he was the first one to think of it, so they gave it to him.
I thought it was a convincing thing.
Nope. He just
So what's the game? I'm assuming the game's going to cost like $50. So 2,600 bottle caps. How the hell does that convert to American currency? Or they just said, "Hey, take it." They didn't not even bother with the conversion chart on that.
he probably paid for the pre-order with just the shipping alone.
Unless they converted it using Japanese yen. Even
This
then,
was-
that would be like cheap.
It was a collection of bottle caps that he had collected over 7.5 years of college and grad school, and there was about 2,240 caps.
Wow.
Here's the CNET article.
That is dedication right there if I've ever seen it. I mean, if that's the way the gaming community will like, next time Nintendo has a big release, I'm just going to go and buy a couple of Mario amiibos and send them to them as payment. Here's some of your Mario amiibos back.
Melt them down and give us good shit.
It
Give
was
me-
11.2 pounds of bottle caps that he sent them,
Wow.
Jesus.
The shipping alone must have paid for the game.
right?
Anyways, moving on. Mass Effect. There's a new Mass Effect coming out. Rythone, you brought that up. Any thoughts?
It's another Mass Effect game. I've liked all of them. I haven't played the newest one, but the 1 and 2 have been fantastic. I really liked them, and just they are sticking with the whole choices you make early game will affect the outcome end game.
Okay.
So it's not just you have a linear progression, you have A or B that you can pick, but ultimately you're going to end at the same story ending and story arcs. This,
Okay.
following all the other ones, will continue to go forward, and you dictate the story by who you let kill and who you befriend and all that good stuff.
Cool. Sounds good. Moving on. What is Mighty Number 9? You had that on your list there too, Rythone.
I'm surprised you haven't heard of the new Mega Man.
I am as well.
Is that what that is?
Yes.
It's the new Mega Man.
It is the new Mighty Number 9 is the new Mega Man. I didn't even not know that. I have to look that up.
Yeah, it was kickstarted. This whole game was funded through Kickstarter, and then they hit so many goals that they then were able to release it on every single platform out there.
Oh wow.
It made a lot of its stretch goals.
This is a Mega
Yeah.
Man game?
Well,
It's
to
a
replace-
spiritual successor
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
made by one of its old producers.
Oh, okay, I see.
So
All
there
right.
is lineage behind this.
Okay.
Yep.
Very good.
And here,
Moving
link
on.
you
No Man's Sky. Never heard of that one.
Neither have I've kind of heard about it. I just
Rythone.
think-
You haven't heard of have you heard of No Man's Land? Because this is basically the successor to that. It's a procedurally generated space exploration and battles game in 3D where you're piloting the ships and exploring. The planets you come across can have randomly generated full AI alien races to interact and trade with
Oh,
or
yeah,
kill. as
I
you
remember
see
hearing
fit.
this.
That does sound kind of cool.
Yeah, it's like FTL if they had graphics.
Let's move on. Okay, that's cool. Let's move on to another one. Mirror's Edge. Me and you,
Yes.
Rythone, are kind of hyped about that one. I'm looking forward to it. I love the first one. Once I finally got it working on my computer, the original settings that the original Mirror's Edge was on, I got to that one point where where they were starting to shoot at you, and the bullets crashed my computer, literally shut it down to its death. So I had to go in and readjust a couple of things. It took a day to figure it out, but once I did, I actually kind of enjoyed the game. I haven't played fully through it yet. I'm like pretty damn close towards, I guess, what would be considered its ending. But yeah, that one looked pretty cool. Now, Rythone and Kennori, you both agreed on this one. Last Guardian. Kennori, why don't you
Last
go ahead and
Guardian.
explain that one real quick?
Okay, so have you guys heard of Eco and Shadow of the Colossus?
Fuck yes and fuck yes. Most double
Then-
fuck yes for Shadow of the Colossus.
This is the next game in the series.
Yep.
Really?
Yes.
I have to look that up because I love Shadow of the
It,
Colossus.
it was announced like what 9 years ago, and then like vanished off the face of the earth.
I literally paid and downloaded the Shadow of the Colossus HD remake on the PlayStation Network. It's on my PS3. I need to finish it. I've gotten 2 Colossi down so far. Working on it, getting there. Again, trying to be a gamer. Life sucks.
Actually, there's a new article from about 11 hours ago
Ooh.
about this. Apparently, technical issues on the PS3 compromised The Last Guardian. I'm skimming it right now. It not. Let's see. They moved it to the PS4. Doesn't look like it's going backwards to the PS3.
That's fine.
Yeah, and
Giving
It's
Here
time
we
we
go.
moved on.
Yeah, we have to move on anyways, man. Moving on. Move on. Goodbye, PS3. And speaking of moving on, this one I'm really excited about. Well, I'm kind of excited. I've never played the series. I've heard good things. I want to play the series, and I'm about to go out and buy a Dreamcast just so I can play the series. Shenmue, is that how you pronounce it?
Shenmue, yeah.
Shenmue 3. John, you're shaking your head. Porta.
I think he's just
He's
not interested or something. I don't know.
Is your microphone dead? Or are you like, speak up,
Oh
man?
shit! Sorry. No, it's one of those things where the technology is so old. Whatever like judgment you rule on this game will be skewed based on 2015's standards of games. So it's just gonna be tough.
I think this was another Kickstarter, right? Shenmue 3 that went off successfully. I heard, like I said, I heard good things about the original games. I've yet to play. I want to play. So what do you guys think? I mean, you guys had it on your list. Kennori first.
I don't know much about Shenmue. I just know it was a huge thing, so I thought we should talk about it.
Yeah.
I have a cat. I don't know what to tell. I just heard like for Shenmue 1 and 2, it was just a really good series. Like it had really good storytelling elements, and it was just one of those games people loved. I never got to play because I never owned the Dreamcast.
Yeah, same here. If you guys are watching, probably not. I don't think anybody's watching. But Rythone was nice enough to put a link into the Kickstarter page for Mighty Number 9.
I'm doing, and the Shenmue Kickstarter's there too.
Awesome. I think it's taking its time to load on my end, but okay.
Oh.
So moving on, Rythone, what was your thoughts about Shenmue 3? Have you ever played the original?
I haven't. It looked interesting. Again, like Kennori said, it's one of those things that got a lot of hype at E3, and it seemed like one of the things we definitely wanted to touch on.
Right.
I know I was watching Player.me, the different feeds and different people talking about that, and Shenmue 3 was one of the ones that I saw discussed some of the most on the forums and just across Player.me.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So moving on, we got two ahead, but we're going to skip them just for now. We'll come back to them in just a bit. That's pretty much our E3 wrap-up. What did you guys think? Who won? Who lost? Did all three big guys suck? I mean,
Bethesda won.
Bethesda won. I mean, with Fallout 4, yeah, they did. There was a nasty rumor going around that Valve was going to be at E3. Mind you, Valve hasn't been to E3 in a very, very long time. I know they did not announce Half-Life 3, so get a fucking life.
They're not gonna do that.
They're never going to do that.
It's done.
They're too busy taking their trips to Cabo every 6 months.
If they can afford it, all the power to them.
I mean, you got to look at it this way, though. They probably got all their resources invested in the Steam controller and Steam Link, which we'll talk about in just a second, or in just a bit here. And then, like, I have to get into the virtual reality thing. We'll come back to that. Anyways, moving on. So, beyond E3, shortly after E3, some weird voodoo happened out there online. GameStop started selling retro games. Literally, I just dropped the link. If you guys want to, GameStop.com/collection/retro-classics. They are selling Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, and I think Dreamcast games on their site, and PlayStation 1 games as well, too. As a game collector, I think this is going to be both a good thing and a bad thing. The good thing is they're going to be able to stabilize the retro gaming market, hopefully, because they do kind of have power in that instance. The bad thing is they could potentially destroy it by overpricing games. They have yet to do that. I mean, I will tell you wholeheartedly what they're going to do when they finally get a copy of Earthbound in their possession and Chrono Trigger and put it up on their site for sale. One of the big games that I saw on there, I did see. Let me see if I can bring up the site and describe it to you guys. So we're going to GameStop.com. Retro Classics, if the site's still up.
Yep, it's there.
Let's go to the Super Nintendo Entertainment System because that seems to be the hottest games on the market. By the way, Kennori, and we'll discuss this later, but I need you to. We got to rummage through your stuff and see if you have my Blast Corps game for N64 because I really want to play that game again. I love that game so much. Okay, so one of the big games that I've seen for like $30-$40 online is Super Mario All-Stars. This is just Super Mario All-Stars. It's not Super Mario All-Stars and Super Mario World. This game is going for $24.99 on GameStop. That's actually not a bad deal. Oh, that's a big one. Castlevania 4 is going for, I believe it was originally titled Super Castlevania, is going for $44.99. I've seen that game online for about $50-$60, so that's within the current market range. There's one game in particular I am looking for. Battletoads Double Dragons is $35. Gradius 3 is $15. Donkey Kong Country 3 is $25. Tetris and Dr. Mario is $25. That's not bad. Who gives a fuck about Batman Returns and Pac-Man 2? Where is it? Scrolling. Earthworm Jim, I think was going for $30. Earthworm Jim 2 is going for $20. Final Fantasy 2, $39.99.
Yep. One of my favorite ones.
Final Fantasy 3, $49.99. That's within market price. This is the one that got me, and I found it. I saw this game in a game shop for about $70-$80. Super Metroid. GameStop is selling it for $49.99. That is the price that it cost when it first came out. I shit you not.
This one's $24.95.
Whoa, the gold Zelda. I do not own the gold Zelda. I own Legend of Zelda, but not the gold cart. I own the gold cart of Zelda 2, The Adventures of Link, but nobody cares about that game except for me.
I've got Mario without Duck Hunt.
But anyways, now let's look at consoles because this is a big thing here. They actually sell consoles here. Let's look at a Super Nintendo console. Now, you can probably get a stupid Nintendo, yeah. You can get a Super Nintendo online for probably about $100. They are selling their Super Nintendos, the old school ones, the original ones, for $59.99, plus the NES 101 systems, the smaller ones, for $59.99. And those things go for like about $100 a pop online.
I'm showing those are all gone, at least when I search for them on
Probably.
their site.
I mean, at that price, I would have bought one if I didn't own a Super Nintendo already. But I don't want the little Super Nintendos because I don't believe they have AV jacks. I believe it is the
Coax.
Yeah, it's coax. It's RF unit. So moving on, I want to go back to the Nintendo Entertainment because I want to see if they were actually selling
For consoles in stock right now, or what's left, there's a N64, a PS1, a PSX, and a Dreamcast.
I'm not talking about. I want to see what they were selling. This is the big one here, guys. Okay, so let me go grab it so I can show you. Hang on. Okay, I got it. This son of a bitch right here is the Toaster NES model. I got this for my birthday, I think when I turned 16. So that was like 96. This thing here, online with the controller, goes for about $120 on eBay. This tiny little box. Why? Because it doesn't have the pin issues like the original Toaster NESs do. Okay? So, but that can be easily fixed with like a $10, $15 part and like an hour of your time. The GameStop was selling these for $59.99. And they go online for $120. That is the positive side of the market that I see. Now, we will know officially how they're going to corner the market or adjust it to their likeness, as it were, when the day comes they post Chrono Trigger and Earthbound up on their site.
Yep.
honestly, because those are the two hottest games out there right now that are classic. Moving on. I mean, other than that, the N64 games, none of them are bad. The Smash Brother games, anything Smash Brother related is going to be jacked through the roof. I think they got like Smash Brothers for like $40 or $50 on their site. Dreamcast games, dime a dozen. Sega games, dime a dozen. I don't really think there's a real rare Sega Genesis game out there. So, but yes.
Hey, Spider-Man and Venom Maximum Carnage was a good one though.
Yeah, are they selling it? How much?
15.
Man.
They also got Earthworm or Toe Jam and Earl. I might have to go pick that one up.
How much is that one? That was a good game.
15.
Wow, that's not bad.
That's nostalgia right there.
That's why I should have collected Sega Genesis games as opposed to Nintendo Super Nintendo games. Maybe my wallet would be a little bit fatter.
Wow.
Hey, Porta, what's going on over there?
Just got the girly over here.
Oh.
Kid. So with this one, it's just getting the home situation all
Okay,
brought down. So.
that's perfectly fine. Take your time, man. All right, so moving on. I talked about this earlier, and I was going to bring it up. Valve, back at the GDC, and I'm posting a link right there. They are selling the Steam controller. Pre-orders have already begun. Unless they sold out, if one of you guys want to check real quick for me to see if they've sold out of the pre-orders. But you could buy the new Steam controller, which they finally announced a final design for. I believe that was going for like $50. And then they also came out with their own little thing called a Steam Link, which is like a little box, kind of like a Roku, that you hook up to your TV and that can connect your computer to your Steam library off your computer to your TV through this link. And that was going for like, I think, $99 or something like that. And you can, let me store.
There it is.
Steampower.com. It should be right on the front page there unless they sold out.
Coming soon. No, it's still got the pre-order up for 50. Steam Link and controller for $99.98.
Wow, really? They still have it
Yeah.
up. Let me see here. Steam Link. All right, so the Steam Link itself is $50. Okay? The controller itself is $50, or you can buy both for $99.98. The Noob Shelter will be getting their hands on one in October, and we'll be doing a thorough review. I'm actually going to be doing an episode from my couch. That's going to be interesting. I don't know how I'm going to get that to work, but I'll figure it out. That might be pre-recorded, by the way. We'll see. This thing looks sexy as fuck. The controller looks sexy as fuck. I don't know how it's going to play, but we'll see when it comes. I'm kind of excited about it.
We'll do like a Fugitive versus thing, I guess.
Fugitive versus Steam Link. Yeah, we could do that. I did promise you guys. Sorry, it took us. We've been going on a long time tonight. Wow, I'm impressed. We had a lot to cover, and we still got a little bit more. So let's move on to what I like to call Windows 10. Yeah. That is not what I wanted.
Jesus, we have a lot.
I know, man. I didn't even think about it. Play me in. Windows 10. Now it's time for Windows 10 news. Now it's time for Windows 10 news. All right. Anyways, so what do we know so far about Windows 10? One, if you have Windows Vista or Windows XP, you're fucked. You're going to be shelling out close to like $100, over almost $200 for Windows. 2, Windows 7, Windows 8, and Windows 8.1, you will get free copies.
What if my copy of Windows 7 isn't completely legal?
Legitimate.
We're going to get to that in just a bit. It's not on my list, but I'm going to add that in there. So Microsoft announced that they're going to give everybody who owns Windows 7, 8, and 8.1 free copies of Windows 10. The release date is going to be July 29th. That's one of the things we know. Windows Insider people, you're kind of fucked, but you're kind of not. You have to kind of sell your soul to Microsoft if you want to keep your copy of Windows 10. Because for Windows Insiders, you're not going to get a free copy, but you get to stay in. They're going to keep the Insiders program going on for the lifespan of Windows 10. So as long as you keep downloading their patches and their updates that are released before the public gets them, you get to keep your copy of Windows 10. But understand that could potentially mean your copy of Windows 10 can break your computer. So that's on you. Now, versions and prices. This is kind of fucked. Microsoft does it again with the many different flavors of Windows 10. Fortunately for the traditional consumer PC market, it's not bad. You only really have to deal with 10 or with 2 versions. However, let's just go down the list. So Windows 10 Home, Windows 10 Professional, Windows 10 Mobile, which is going to be for the Windows phones, like the Nokia phones, Windows 10 Enterprise for businesses, Windows 10 Education for schools, Windows 10 Mobile Enterprise. This one's interesting. Windows 10 IoT Core. That is going to be for ATM machines and point of sale systems.
Get them off WinXP.
Exactly, and it's a lighter, slimmer version of Windows 10. And then, so the costs for each: Windows 10 Home is going to be $119. Windows 10 Pro is going to be $199. No prices on Mobile Enterprise Education, Mobile Enterprise, or IoT Core. I'm assuming the latter are going to be by licensing. Mobile will probably just be given for free to everybody as an update to Windows 8.1 on the phone. And then if you have Windows 10 at home and you want to upgrade to Pro, it's going to be a $100 bill. So yeah, you can probably save yourself $10 and just buy Pro instead of buying home and then paying another $100 to, go to Pro, or yeah.
At least they didn't move to the subscription service that they were initially talking about for it.
Right.
How
So
much a month would that have been? Fuck.
They never said, but can you imagine if Microsoft was going to charge you a per month basis in order to use the operating system on your computer?
it's not going to happen.
There would have been riots.
Yeah, that won't happen. There would be riots and nobody would upgrade.
It would be the Linux uprising.
Exactly. So now, Kennori, going back to what you were saying, I did read some stories on, because I posted a couple links here that pirate, on our Noob Shelter Facebook page about piracy, Windows 7 and Windows 8 and Windows 10. No, if you have a pirated copy of Windows 7 and Windows 8 or 8.1, you can get the upgrade, but it's going to de-license your copy of Windows and put you on a trial version, which means you will have, I think, 30 days to pay for a license and register it. So you're kind of SOL.
It's okay.
I didn't even know you ran a pirated copy of Windows 7. Or not. I didn't know you know somebody that ran a pirated copy of Windows 7.
Yarr.
And again, just to reprise, the Windows release date is going to be July 29th. Last but not least, getting close to the end here, folks. Thank you for hanging in there with us. New Fire Emblem Awakening. I don't think they announced this at E3, but me and Kennori were talking about it, and I want him to try to defend the game since he said it could potentially have incest,
it does.
homoerotic fantasies, and foxes. Explain yourself,
Okay, first of all,
Mr. Weeboo guy fucker.
First of all, this game has already outsold Awakening in Japan, and it's sold out within the first week. There's no copies in Japan. Have fun. So it's already has the massive hype.
Is it coming to the States?
Yeah, it is.
Maybe.
Oh, it is. Like, it better, or else I'm gonna have to go kill people.
Rioting in the streets.
That is the
sound he will make when he can't get his fucking copy of Fire Emblem.
that's the cries of all the weebs out there like me who like to play JRPGs, and only like a small percentage of them come to the States.
That's my cry every time I miss a fucking pre-order for Amiibos. Fucking little
So-
plastic shits. Go ahead.
Okay, so I was doing a little research, and let's go to the incest one first. It's really
Of
creepy.
course.
It's
makes-
really, really creepy, but it is a thing.
Oh my.
This is going to be. Oh, I
Now
can't.
would be the time for your love song.
Yeah, this would be the time.
Okay.
I sent you a link. Alright, hold on.
I've been really trying, baby.
Nobody click the link if you don't want spoilers.
Well,
But the link is the support conversations. Support is how you It's how you get a relationship built between the two characters. You can turn the music off now, Matt. It's getting annoying.
It auto turns up by itself. So you're
Okay,
fine.
good, sweet. But as between the main character and his sister, they found out it's only his half.
What am I reading?
You found out it's only his half sister, but it's still his sister.
Oh, das guy.
Yeah, it's fucking. That's some country bumpkin shit. Cousins are one thing, because in Japan, marrying your cousin is actually really common. But your half sibling, I don't know. That's yeah.
I'm about to take that Riley stance. Ooh, you nigga, you gay.
Just had a little too much fun with that soundboard, buddy. Next, what was the
Guys,
next
go.
point?
Ah.
Hold on, let me pull this shit up. Gay? Yeah, you can have. What's wrong with having gay sex?
Nothing. I'm just saying. I mean,
nothing wrong
Nintendo's
with
putting
that.
out. They're supposed to be a family-friendly company. You think they would not do homoerotic fiction, but
Well, okay. So the thing is, in Fire Emblem, the support system is really, really crucial because your relationship with other units increases your stats in battle by a specific amount. So if you don't have a relationship, you won't get anywhere in the game, unfortunately. So this option, it broadens how many people, like, who you can, be butt buddies with, I guess.
oh, wow. Okay. Oh,
And
gee.
then with foxes, they're a transformation class. There's foxes and then there's wolves, depending on who you go with. It's just their flavor. You can't. The last one had a bunny, man. Come on. Awakening had bunnies.
Oh my.
I almost feel like we should have a what does the fox say?
I wish I don't have that though. I'll get it for next time. But seriously, so
I'm excited.
I just want to play the game and like chess like type stuff and like hack slash and have a good time. I don't want to like be
You're-
forced into a relationship, be it heteroerotic or homoerotic or paleoerotic or
You can do that in like the normal, like the easy mode, but like if you want to get anywhere in the lunatic mode, you have to. Okay, so
You have
in
to
like
be a lunatic.
I feel like. All right, I think I'm done talking about it.
okay.
Falcon Punch!
Moving on. So that's what's coming down the pipeline for Fire Emblem. Not knocking you, Kennori. You know we love you. Just giving you. Are you mad now?
Let's move on.
Love you. That's pretty much all we really got. I mean, we're gonna banter. You said there were. We were talking earlier before the show started. They're bringing back Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, they just in Japan they just got ended the series remaster of Dragon Ball Z,
Right.
which is pretty much Dragon Ball Z without the filler
Mm-hmm.
and like new music and stuff. So after that, the actual author Akira Toriyama is actually making more Dragon Ball anime only, and they're continuing on after the Buu saga.
And this is the guy who did Dragon Ball Z, right? The original guy. He had nothing to do with that
Akira-
GT shit.
Akira Toriyama is the guy who wrote Dragon Ball, the manga.
Okay, the manga. Okay.
He is
Gotcha.
the brain. He is the father of. He's like the father of the entire series.
Awesome. All right, good. So that's good. So I'm a little bit excited. I the one anime I did watch was Dragon Ball Z. After the Buu saga and it ended, I tried to get into GT, but I just couldn't do it. It was just like what Goten, all this weird crap going on with hybrid Saiyans and shit, and people having sex with androids. It was just weird. I mean, that was kind of happening towards the end of the Boo saga, but you know what I mean. I mean, it was all kind of weird. Anyway, so I think we did it. I think we wrapped it up.
Yep,
So
that's it.
that's it. So any last words there, Kennori?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay. Rythone, any last words?
Not that I can think of.
All right. And Porta in the dark, any last words for you, bro?
No, I'm just way excited for the Final Fantasy VII reboot. I'm way excited. There are like so many like
We're gonna do it.
graphic like posts and
I'll-
stuff. Just all kinds
I'll-
of breadcrumbs.
I'll check it out. I promise you guys, I will check it out. Okay.
It's so hot.
You're not gonna convert me though. I'm not. Fuck the Borg. Anyways,
So, should you have a little end roll? I can. Or is it?
what is that?
Those are ghost chili atomic fireballs. Should I have one?
Oh, God, yes, go for it. Do it. All right. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. First episode of Noob Shelter in a very long time. I want to thank Kennori for joining me tonight. Rythone, Porta, thank you very much. To close us out, Rythone's going to eat a ghost chili pepper fireball and probably burn his ass hair off at the end of the night.
Timmy's Great Balls of Fire.
There you go. So thanks, guys, for joining us. Hosts, you know the drill. Hang out. We'll have a post-episode discussion real quick before I kick you all out. Have a good night, everybody. Burn your balls. Burn your balls. We're all just going to sit here and watch him burn his hair off. And the Noob Shelter is brought to you by Foreside Media. For more information, check us out, foresidemedia.com. You can also visit us at noobshelter.com or facebook.com/noobshelter. Email us any questions or comments that you have. show@noobshelter.com. And we'll read them live on the air in our next episode if you guys email us anything. Again, that's show@noobshelter.com. Thanks for listening and watching. Have a good night, everybody. Are you on fire yet, John?
Surprisingly not. Should I have another?
It's all right. Theme song's
They're
ending.
like 3 years old, so.
All right. I'm going to zoom us out anyway, so.